Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. My name is Hasha binti Hamizul Karnain and my metric number is F10699. Today, I will be presenting the tax competition and tax planning strategies for Zentex Solution BHD for the year of assessment 2024. Zentex is a technology company that provides software development and cloud-based services. Based on the company's financial information, we are required to calculate its taxable income and suggest suitable tax planning strategies to help reduce its tax liability. In this presentation, we will first explain the tax competition processes and followed by the 5 practical tax planning strategies supported by the Income Tax Act 1967. Next, this slide shows the tax computation for Zentex Solution BHD for the year of 2024. The company's profit before tax is 510,000. Then we add back the several non-allowable expenses such as gift to clients, managing directors' insurance, donation to Mara funds, depreciation, and office renovation, since the items are not deductible under tax rules. After adding all non-allowable expenses, we also deduct the non-business income such as dividend, government grant for R&D, and foreign exchange gain, as these are exempt or not related to business operations. From this computation, we can determine the company's adjusted income before applying capital allowance and other tax adjustment. Moving on to the next part of the competition, here we apply the double deduction and capital allowance. Zentex is eligible for several double deductions such as salary for OKU staff, HRDC training expenses, approved donation to Mara funds, and approved R&D expenditure. This deduction helped reduce the company's adjusted income to 396,500. Next, we deduct unutilized capital allowance from the previous year, which is 50,000, and claim the new capital allowance for computers, office equipment, and motor vehicles. After these adjustments, the company's statutory income is 282,500. Finally, we add the statutory income from foreign exchange gain of 50,000 to get the total chargeable income. Last but not least, here we have the aggregate income of 332,500. This represents the total income before any deductions are applied. From this amount, we deduct donations made to approved institutions. These donations are tax deductible but are restricted to 10% of the aggregate income. After subtracting this donation, we are left with a chargeable income of 299,500. This is the amount that will be used to calculate tax. Now let's move on to the next part, which is the tax payable section. According to this slide, the tax is calculated in two parts. First, the initial 150,000 is taxed at a rate of 50%, which results in a tax amount of 22,500. Next, the slide shows that the amount of 282,500 is taxed at 17%, which gives a tax of 48,025. Adding these two amounts together, the total tax payable or taxable net comes to 70,525.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sofia and my matrix number is F1038. So now I want to explain about the tax planning strategies to help Zentex reduce its tax liability. So first is Zentex maximize double deduction for OKU employee. It can increase hiring of OKU employees to claim 2 times salary. For example, additional 3,000 per month times by 12 months, and it can get around 72,000 ringgit, save up to 70,218. Next is double deduction for staff training. The company incurred 60,000 HRDC, claimable training expenses. For example, RM 60,000 times by 2, so it get 120,000. Then the 60,000 times by 24% and get 14,400 at saving. Next is double deduction for approved R&D expenditure. The company can include RM 118,000 approved R&D costs. So the 180,000 times by 2 and get 360,000 and 180,000 times by 24% and get 43,200 debt saving. Next is claim renovation deduction. For example, 40,000 ringgit spent on partition was disallowed as an expenses. So the allowable deduction is 40,000 ringgit. So the tax saving is 45,000 ringgit times by 24% and get 800 ringgit. The lastly is apply for export tax incentive. Apply for the income tax exemption for client in Singapore and Indonesia. For example, assuming export income is 1 million ringgit. Thank you. That's for me.